Thank you, Alex. You see how that works? Like, this is all it takes right here. This is the whole reasoning of me making those videos in the beginning is just for that reason. This reason alone right here. You don't have to agree with people politically. That's okay. But it doesn't give people the right to go and leave nasty comments that are personally insulting to other people on their pages, right? That's the whole reason why I said that and made that video in the first place. And there's nothing wrong with saying what you're saying. Listen, I don't agree with you politically, but there's no reason to leave nasty comments. And to tell you how many, and listen, I understand that people on the right do it too. I'm not trying to say that that's not happening, because it absolutely is happening. But there's no reason for people to be able to go, you know what, I disagree with you politically, and leave it at that and keep it moving. But people just want to be nasty on the internet these days, and I think it's shit. And the ones that come after me are always trying to criticize my looks. And that's like to all the time. I'm a confident person. There's literally nothing that people are going to say that's going to upset me. But I appreciate your comment. And this is really all it takes, right? Yes, I put filters on my phone just like everybody else does. But I'm also not afraid to show who I am fresh out of bed either. So I appreciate the comment, Alex. And for everybody else out there, do better. You don't have to agree with people politically, but you don't have to be a fucking asshole if you don't. You can just be like, yeah, I don't really agree with that person's views, and keep scrolling. And that's what we need to get back to in this country. Not everybody is going to be the same, because we'd be a really fucking dull world if we were. So you're going to have people that disagree with you in life. It doesn't mean your world ends because somebody disagrees with your points or your views on things. But leaving nasty comments, and I'm talking to everybody on this platform, both right and left. We've gotten into a point in this country where politics runs everybody's lives. I have personally seen relationships ended, friendships ended, family members ended because of people disagreeing over two candidates that you're never going to meet. You're never going to meet these people. They're never going to be in your circle. And I promise you, these politicians don't give two shits about you. They live up on the hill surrounded by wealth. And all they care about is lying to you, the American public, to get your vote. So they can go continue to live up on the hill in their riches surrounded by wealth, telling you that they care so much about your feelings and your rights. They don't. They don't. And you're losing friendships, family members, relationships over these two people that don't never see you. And people always like, well, I can't wait to see you in November when he loses. Okay, I'm still going to be on this app, whether Trump wins or loses in November, criticizing the U.S. government as a whole. Because the U.S. government has got us in this position right now that we're in. Economy, inflation, unaffordable housing, rent, groceries, gas, invasion at our southern border, high crime, when the people were screaming, defund the police. This is what's happening in this country. And you want to know who started it? The fucking U.S. government. And the politicians that are telling you right now, they care so much about your feelings. They don't. They care about power, and they care about remaining in power. And once you guys start realizing that they want you fighting with your neighbors, they want you fighting with people online, because it does nothing but enrich in their pockets. Why do you think that we're in all these wars overseas? Because it enriches their pockets. So the government can keep printing and spending money, causing inflation and a nosedive in the economy. Why? Because it makes them richer. And all they care about is you and I fighting with each other over social media, because division makes it easy to win. United, it'd make it a lot harder for them to do what they keep doing to us as a civilization, wouldn't it? They want the division. They love the division. They want us fighting with each other back, front, and forward. But imagine if we actually came together as the United States of America against the U.S. government, who has absolutely done this to our country. Imagine how powerful that would be. But no, instead we're going to leave nasty comments on people's pages because we don't agree with them politically. It's just the fucking definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. These politicians don't care about you. And once you realize that, my God, it is such an awakening. They don't care. They're just going to tell you what you want to hear so you can go out and get their vote. They care about power. They care about enriching themselves. And they live up on the hill in their mansions surrounded by wealth, while we deal in the inflation that their overspending causes. Always remember that. They don't care about your rights, women. I know you think that. Literally the worst seated vice president, the lowest polling vice president ever, somehow magically overnight becomes the most accomplished politician, yet has zero accountability on anything. We're living through a Kamala Harris presidency right now. So how's that working out for everybody? Not too well. And you can say what you want about Donald Trump. Doesn't matter to me. Like him, hate him, doesn't matter. But what we can't keep doing is another 4 years of this. That's what I keep saying to people. But they want you fighting with each other. It helps you ever to divide and conquer. If we actually united together against the US government, imagine how much better this country would run. That's why people got together behind Donald Trump in the first place. And that's why the media and the powers that be have launched this all-out attack campaign on him, because he wasn't a politician. He looked at this country like a business and he ran it like a business, and we were doing good, and they can't have that because they can't enrich in their filthy pockets while Americans actually do good. Can't do it. So it's much easier to keep us divided and fighting with each other instead of becoming together and being like, we've had enough of politicians stuffing their pockets and their lobbyist pockets to enrich in themselves while Americans struggle. Okay? So I appreciate the comment, Alex. I appreciate the comment. And at some point, you guys are watching relationships crumble between people that you love. For what? Two people that you're never going to meet. They don't care about you. Ever. So the more you're nasty to your fellow American, the more powerful they become. If you actually got together and united, and if you actually really think about it, we're not that much different, right and left. They want you to believe that we're that much different, but we all want the same thing. We want to be able to afford to live in this country. We want it to be safe. We want our children to be able to afford to live and live on their own and buy a home and have a family. We want that. We all want that. A safe nation, an affordable nation. That's what we all want. But they keep letting you stay divided, and they love it because the more divided that we become, the more powerful they remain. That's how that works. So, all right, you guys, happy Sunday. And thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. Good talk.